We did
it. Well, it's almost 2 years exactly later, and we have finished the Brick Abode.
Right.
Very exciting. Lots of footage in between got deleted, unfortunately, because my phone died, and I did not have it backed up, unfortunately. So there is a big gap in between. Hopefully there will be some footage, but no guarantees.
You're at the mercy of what I have on my phone, and I don't take very many pictures.
Well, you also are super good about clearing your stuff. Like, you'll take pictures and send them, but you don't like anything to be on your phone. So you clear it constantly.
No, the government can trace you.
Okay, Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna show you the house.
Yeah.
Take a look.
If you remember, this used to be a really offensive mustard brown, and the flooring was a super dark, cheap laminate.
Some sort of click together stuff.
And when we took the flooring up, what did we find, honey?
Carpet pad. It was very squishy. It's like being at Urban Air.
So this used to be tile here, and then it was just the living room that had the super dark flooring. This all just needed sand and fresh paint because it was the original builder grade paint, which is kind of like an antique white, which is really yellow. Popcorn ceilings got scraped.
Vanilla versus French vanilla.
Yes. Popcorn ceilings got scraped. We did a skip trowel texture. Very nice. New fan. The kitchen is the biggest change. If you remember, there was a pantry here. There was a weird sitting bar there, and then there were overhead cabinets there. So you had to walk into the kitchen over here, and it was a galley kitchen. This pretty much stayed the same. The sink stayed in the same spot. This is about where the cabinets came out. And then there was built-in spice cabinet there. Fridge was there. I think it was cabinet and then wall oven, which was not in the wall. It was down here. So you basically had to stand on your head in order to get anything out of the oven. And then it had an electric range on top. And then that weird sitting bar, which was a super strange use of space because it was basically in the walkway to the bedroom. So if you were sitting there, you first of all had a cabinet in your face, and then you were in the way. I think that they had a table here because all of this was really, really dinged up from chairs backing into it. So that needed a lot of wood fill and sanding. So in order to avoid that, we made this huge table. Is this a 4x4 table?
5x5.
5x5 table. So you can comfortably seat 6 adults here. You could even put a bench in any of them. And if you have friends over with little kids, or if you have a bunch of little kids, you can cram at least 3 of them on a bench. Why don't you open some of the cabinets and show them? Josh built all of these cabinets.
So I built the cabinets. I ordered the doors just because it was working out of a 1-car garage, and it's just not quite conducive to that amount of detail work. So the doors came from my supplier in Oregon. And we just did melamine interiors. Cleans up really easy.
I will comment here. I specifically asked for no middle support beam because I don't like them.
Yeah. So, and we did upgraded hardware on these. I had these left over from a previous job. So these are all soft close. On there. So soft close on all the doors, all the drawers go in there.
Which is great because the master bedroom is on the other side of this wall. So if someone is going to bed early or sleeping in and the other is in the kitchen, you won't have any slamming cabinets, which is great. Even if you're angry, you can't slam them.
So all the drawers have that soft close as well. They're full extension. Same as melamine. Real slick, cleans up really easy. You can just wipe it off. And then Laurel didn't want cabinet doors anywhere. We had to do some here because it's where the sink is, but we did a compromise and we did some pull-out drawers for her down underneath the sink. So she can have all her, dish rags and whatnot tucked away in there. Same thing, soft close on those. And then we left this one open in case the next owner wants to put a in-sink food disposal in there. So it'll be easy enough to install that and still be able to have that.
The dishwasher actually came out of Mom and Dad's farmhouse, as did these wonderful light fixtures.
Yeah, recycling.
And then this one we got at Lowe's just because it went in theme with everything else.
So the drawers are all on Blum hinges, which are really, really nice premium ones. And we did that because we have kind of a blank corner inside of a cabinet here. That's always a difficult thing to contend with. You don't, especially in a kitchen this size, you want to utilize every square inch that you have. And so we made these with a hollow back in there. So you have a drawer stack going here, but then what do you do with that empty space there? Well, we put these drawers on the Blum system so they can easily be removed. And then have another drawer for, stuff you hardly ever need. You would put and keep back in there. So it's just a way to try to utilize that space a little bit. The other thing you could have done is have this one open up into it, but then you have to reach all the way back there.
And we had the drawers in that sink as well. That sink cabinet.
So there's no real, great solution for something like that, but this is a workable one.
Let me show the built-in silverware drawer. This is one of my faves. So Josh built us a really beautiful silverware organizer back in Oregon out of mahogany, but it doesn't fit. We didn't make these deep enough.
No, I wanted just to do a modern 4-inch drawer here, and the mahogany tray I built, I think was 4.5 or something like that. So
we've got a nice built-in one here.
I just did that because you have to build a drawer for these anyway. So I went ahead and just put in the spacers right into the drawer. Works out well. So we did wire things up for a sink disposal, but it's not hooked up to anything. So if the next homeowner wants it,
Here to
they can go ahead and do that. Laura wanted an over the sink light, so that is wired separately than everything else in the kitchen.
Give us a little summary of the window.
The window?
What it was before?
Oh, well, I'm obviously the 4th or 5th guy to work on this place. I found out through this thing. So I think originally in the 80s when they built it, they had a bay window or a garden window in there. Which is the 3D ones. It's got windows on the sides. And then they replaced that with just a window this size and just framed it in. So the garden window that was in there was about 8-10 inches wider before. And then when they replaced it, they just went the cheap route and put a little flat window in there, which, is fine. You got to make those decisions when you're doing a remodel. You got to have to think about, how far your dollar is going to go and how far you want to go with things on it. So they did that. Problem was they installed it about an inch too close to the wall off of the center. So realistically, this thing should have been a little bit further over that way. But because it wasn't, I had to build a custom width sink cabinet. Your standard ones are going to be 36 inches. This one had to be 35 inches so I could actually center up the sink and the cabinets on that window. It was a little bit frustrating, but
So
made it work.
those little pieces there were a lot deeper when we bought the house, right? Like,
Yeah, it was.
because it stuck out.
It was a good 6 inches deeper as well. So we brought it back to flush with the outside of the building.
And mind you, right outside is the covered patio. So it wouldn't be a great spot for a garden window.
Yeah. But it made it work. This is a good compromise. I mean, garden windows are very expensive, so I understand why they did that. But yeah, it's just a little weird. You change the plan, but that's remodel. You're changing everything.
Yeah.
New appliances over on this side.
We did take our fridge
Yep.
because we liked our fridge. And apparently here in Texas, that is very common, which is weird and annoying, but we liked our fridge, so we wanted to keep it. If you remember, actually, you may not remember because that footage may be gone. Josh had to saw into the concrete floors and jackhammer it out in order to add this water line here. Or did you just move it? Oh, that's what it was. You moved it.
The water line?
The water line, because it was
Yeah, the
originally
fridge-
here.
So the fridge is essentially in the same spot, just rotated 90 degrees. So that water line that was in there was in the back of this wall here. The fridge is actually back here somewhere.
Yeah.
So I moved the water line, but I had to cut out for the new electrical because you wanted to switch. in the
Electrical,
island.
that's what it was, yes. So, yes, he had to drill all the way over here so that we could have electrical in the island. And nice little detail, we've got outlets here and got one there with USB ports.
Countertops, these are not stone or corian. This is laminate Formica stuff. And it's come a long way since, the 1980s. It's a lot more durable, a lot more high quality stuff now. And for an entry level home, it's completely acceptable finish. Granite tops and something like this would have been probably overkill for the size of the house. You can make that investment go elsewhere, like putting subway tile and nice finishes, nice hardware and things. You can spend that money elsewhere to make things look just as nice.
So that was one of the bigger parts of this house, was the kitchen remodel. Just reconfiguring the whole thing definitely made us scratch our heads a little bit, but I think it was actually Josh that had the breakthrough. He was like, what if we eliminate the pantry and just open the whole thing up? And once we did that, everything just clicked. So it was more work in the long run, but oh my word, so worth it.
Well, it doesn't chop the house in half.
Right.
It was really dark in here too. And that had, they had a dark wall color, a dark floor. So that didn't help anything.
Well, in the kitchen, they had tile that wasn't super dark, but it was gross and old. And they had periwinkle blue in the kitchen.
Blue grout too. Remember that? The blue grout?
A blue grout that was so dirty it was great.
Yeah, it's gross. So this opens things up instead of having a wall, coming out to here, because they had upper cabinets too. So you had lower cabinets coming out to here, and you had upper cabinets, and so you had this little sliver of space, to see somebody's waist when they're cooking dinner.
Very strange.
Yeah. So this just eliminates that, gives it a much more open feel, which I like. TV wall here, we added in the conduit for it, so you can have, wire-free wall mount of everything. So there, and we're gonna leave that here. It's already centered up and ready to go, so whoever buys this place can hook a TV right up to it. We're getting new air conditioning and heat. All that was put in, so it's all ready to go. Brand new roof put on the house. Lots of brand new everything.
Nice that it's here in the hallway instead of in the back of someone's bedroom closet or something. So off of the living room here, we've got hallway that goes to bedroom, and hall bathroom. The built-ins were already here, which is a really nice feature. Originally, the drawer was up here, and this was a laundry hamper access, but we eliminated that because you can actually store a lot more. And we created a space for a laundry hamper in the hall bath. Boop. All right. Not much done in here besides, well, I mean, still a lot, but scraped the popcorn ceilings, new texture, new paint, new fans. We had to take the trim out, new flooring. This was a cave before. It was super, super dark wall color and then super, super dark carpet. That was gross. And the hedges came a lot higher too, so it blocked out even more of the natural light. And this one's got a nice little closet in here. Yeah, so all new hardware. These are our favorite doorknobs. We used them at our last house. They just feel great in your hand. Instead of a round shape, it's a oval shape football handle. So new hinges, new doors.
That always drives me nuts if somebody thinks they're updating hardware by just doing a doorknob, but they don't do the hinges. Dude, no. Do all of it.
Changed out all of the electrical outlets. They were
yellow.
Oh,
gross.
Show them this. I'd never seen these before.
So these are sweet. So the old school way of doing it is you'd have a knob to adjust the speed of the fan, and you would have a switch. So you'd have like a 4x4 box in there, one with a knob, one with a switch, and it feels dated. So these new ones, I don't know how long these have been around, but I found those and they're really great. So they have a dimmer on the light and a dimmer on the fan. So you can do that. You should not put like a regular light dimmer switch on a fan. You'll burn out the motor. You have to put one that's specifically designed for a fan.
And I specifically asked Josh to make the fan and the light be on different switches, because that's one of my personal pet peeves is when you turn on the light and then you have to deal with the pull strings. Like, okay, which one's which? Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. But fans are very needed here in Texas. It's very hot. So that was his solution. And I just think it's super cool. I've never seen him before.
Dropped internet down into this room. We use this as an office, so this is where the router was. So they'll do that. So they'll have a place to plug in for the internet. And then I ran a couple of cables over to the TV wall. So you can plug in your Roku or Apple TV or whatever you have directly lined into your router. It's a much better connection. Have a hard line on it. So that goes over to the TV wall.
Sweet. Okay. Other small bedroom. This functioned as my craft room. Nothing else major to report in here. Same thing, new ceilings, new fan. Just updated everything, yeah. Yep, new grate. The old one was super janky. This one was a super dark beige color in here. Not quite as oppressive as the office charcoal, but still not great. I'm pretty sure that all the paints that they used before were either oops colors or like returns at Home Depot. Every single one of them. Oh, I love this bathroom. So before they had that super fun hexagonal. Was that the right shape? The funky sink?
Yes.
Oh.
Hex 6. It was 6-sided.
Okay.
Yep.
And then they had the medicine cabinet here, and then a super horrible light fixture, periwinkle blue walls and ceiling, so it was very oppressive.
Yeah, it was a Care Bear bathroom.
The window was failed and also hung crooked.
Yep.
So Josh
They didn't
fixed
try
that.
too hard.
The toilet was super old and had a huge water tank, so it took forever to fill up. Original bath was cast iron, right?
Yep.
So he took that out before we moved in so that we didn't have to do any demo when we moved in. When we first got here, they had it was a fine cabinet, but it was just something you could buy from Home Depot. We widened the door frame, because this one was a 24-inch door. So when we widened it, we had to move the light switch over. So that cabinet no longer fit here. So Josh built these custom built-ins. So great for towels and toilet paper and nice secondary counter space here. More drawers. Can't have too much storage, and a great spot for a laundry hamper. When he put in the new tub, we got one that curves out, as you can see, just to make it feel a little bit bigger. But we did not realize how close it would be to the toilet. So unfortunately, he realized after we got the tub and like opened it, that he had to jackhammer into the floors and move the toilet flange over just a couple inches, right?
Yeah, it was a few inches. It needed to happen anyway because they had that thing.
Oh, that's right.
Like 16 inches off the wall, and so you had.
It was like.
Yeah, it was somewhere in here. It was just
crazy.
Dumb. So I had to move the toilet back anyway, which was what I was planning on doing. But the tub meant I had to move it left as well, which is fine.
Yeah. This vanity was in the master bathroom, so we just recycled it. We did put a new faucet on it, cleaned it up, put new hardware on it, so it's a little bit more updated. Light fixtures, same thing, just wanted to go with a little bit more industrial feel. And they've got the fun Edison bulbs, which can't really see. The mirror Josh made.
I made the mirror frame.
Yeah.
I didn't make the mirror. I remember we got that. I don't remember where we got that mirror. I don't remember.
It was one of your remodels.
Yeah, probably.
Glass here is very expensive, or mirrors, excuse me. We were quite surprised to discover that.
And it was expensive before Corona.
Yeah. Yes. So all matching black hardware in here. I did not go with a black faucet here or in the shower tub because we find that they don't like hold up as well long term. So I know it's kind of weird to do different chrome here or brush steel there.
I like it. I like tritone on stuff, you know. It would be a little overwhelming if all of the hardware and everything was black. That would be...
Oh, I like it.
No, I don't.
Well, fine. You won this one. Yeah, it makes my OCD twitch a little bit when stuff doesn't match, but it also isn't 100% the same here in the kitchen, so it's fine.
Your appliances in the kitchen are silver and black as well, so it's not like you're going off tone. You're just adding in.
Here we're gonna have this brass faucet. Right. No, that would be random.
It's tritone instead of two-tone.
Master bedroom. This was also a cave. It was that same super dark charcoal color before and the same flooring, the carpet. Yep. And then there were hedges right outside. Once again, super overgrown, so there was hardly any natural light coming in. So just eliminating the hedges was a huge improvement. And then changing the paint color was also a win. And if you remember, closet door was here. And bathroom door was here. Both were 24-inch doors. And I don't remember, was it, somebody suggested that we do one door. And we, of course, wanted to widen them. And, yeah.
Worked out well. We replaced the crown molding in here. There was crown before, but they just did a terrible job with it. I've replaced about half the trim in this house because whoever did it, they must have had 2 or 3 different guys working on it. Or like I said, I'm the 4th or 5th guy to work on this place, and who knows who did what. But there was some trim that was great and some that was terrible. And the crown in here was terrible. So I had to pull it out, and we thought the master should have some crown in it as well, just as an extra little luxury in here.
Yeah. You also framed out this window. It was just sheetrock before.
Yeah.
And then, these, same thing here. Got the USB charger outlets, but we did this at our last house. We put them higher so that you can actually put your bedside table all the way to the wall instead of having it lower, and the outlet keeps you from having a flush piece of furniture.
Yep.
I am going to miss this bathroom. Pocket doors here, and then also going into the closet. We found this vanity on Facebook Marketplace, actually, so it was fully assembled and a little bit cheaper than if we bought it from Home Depot itself. Same thing with the light fixture in the other bathroom. This one was a 3 instead of a 2, and then Josh also built this mirror frame, and I think we also got this mirror for free.
Yeah, that one, I remember that was a remodel. I don't know what happened. I don't know where the other one came from, but I remember this one was a remodel. I had to cut that one down.
Yeah.
I did shiplap on this wall as an accent wall. I remember you really wanted a shiplap bathroom, so we did that. Shower stall only in here is, I just like being able to walk right into it, not have to step over a tub every time. And there's a tub in the other bathroom, so this house still has a tub in it.
Yeah.
There.
There's a spot to hang towels there, so we didn't need a towel bar, so we just did hooks here. Yeah, this was completely reconfigured.
And the shower
was where I'm standing.
and then the toilet was over.
Toilet was pretty much in the same spot.
Yeah.
I think it was centered under the window, but same thing. It was super far away from the wall. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
Vanity was there, and there was that funky, inaccessible tile shelf thing there.
Well, it's a small vanity, and so they built this little 1 foot wide wall of tile next to it with shelving that you couldn't access.
I think maybe originally they had a pedestal sink.
Yeah.
Where you could access it.
Who knows?
Very strange.
Who knows? A bunch of different people working on this place. But when we got it, we gutted it and then brought it back with cohesion across the whole thing, which is nice.
So access to the closet from this side. We're leaving the mirror here. Built-ins here. We've got overhead storage here. Since this house is a little bit smaller, we just wanted to put as much storage in here as possible. Got a longer spot for dresses, shirts, pants, or whatever you want to put there, and then just more storage up there. This tile, everyone raves about it. It is backsplash. I would not recommend installing backsplash on your floors. It's beautiful, but
It's not fun.
it was not fun to install. Poor Josh was very stressed out. He did a great job. Making it all line up was such a headache. And also, in the longevity, there's so much grout that you have to clean. And I will never, ever, ever again do white grout. So, lesson learned the hard way. But it is beautiful, and I bet it'll sell the house. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss our custom bathroom. Gonna miss our custom kitchen.
I'll get you another one.
I know. It'll just be a while before we get there. Should we tell them what's coming up next?
No, it's about this property.
Oh, okay. Should we do anything on the exterior? We didn't really do much.
Didn't do too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sticking with us.
Let's show them the laundry room.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. So this was originally just straight into the garage. But since Josh's wood shop was in the garage and the laundry hookup was over here, I really didn't want laundry room to be in the wood shop. That just didn't seem...
I didn't want my wood shop in the laundry room.
Well, one, it didn't seem safe. I was like, sawdust seems flammable. That's not good. Also, laundry would just be dusty all the time. And I know that the washer dryer would become a landing zone. It would just have stuff on it all the time.
Yeah.
So in order to avoid all those things, Josh framed up this wall, reused all the cabinets that were in here originally and the sink. This was so nice to have.
These are the kitchen cabinets.
Yes.
The kitchen sink. Pulled all those out and just put them in here. They're ugly, but they're utilitarian.
It was lovely. This room was the best thing that we added in this house. Having a slop sink was fantastic for us since we do so much painting and cleaning. So not messing up my stainless steel sink was fantastic. Laundry was stored under here. Washer dryer was here. It's tall enough for uprights, even on pedestals, or if they just have top loaders, that's fine. They'll fit there too. Josh installed this instant water heater. Tankless. Originally they had a super small.
I think they had like an RV size.
Yeah. I did a load of dishes, washed them by hand, and depleted the water heater.
Yeah.
So that we knew that was gonna have to change immediately.
Added that door in.
This was so wonderful.
This is part of the garage. It was just a wall over there, but I had a shed out of that side yard that I needed access to, and rather than go through the house all the time, put a door in here, and that worked out really well.
Well, also, the garbage cans would live over here, and then fence gate is over here to the front yard, so it just made the most sense. Also, it made this room feel bigger with a natural light. Didn't make it feel like a cave. And yeah, it was great. We absolutely loved this room. We had fridge here, and then had bought a metal baker's rack, and we used it as a pantry and just extra storage. And then we had, oh my goodness, words are hard. Ironing board here and hooks for like keys and other things. So this was kind of a landing zone. Yeah, this was one of the best things that we did in this house, besides of course the kitchen and the bathrooms. But we absolutely loved having this room, having a buffer between backyard and house. You know, we wanted to put something durable here. So this is different from what's in the rest of the house, but it looks similar. This is tile, and this is life-proof flooring. We were very happy with how waterproof the life-proof was, but we found that it scratched easier than we hoped. So unfortunately, we didn't think it would be durable enough to put in here. Yeah, so it was great to have a buffer between wood shop and the main of the house. Yes, a car will fit in here. We measured. So whoever buys this home, they can pull in, unload their groceries, and if they have an extra fridge, they can put them right there, or they can go into the kitchen. It's just a fantastic layout, and I'm so thrilled with it. I never got to enjoy being able to park my car in the garage, and that's okay. It looks so much different with all your shelves gone, honey.
Yeah. I won't miss it.
I still can't believe you worked out this place. It's so small. Well, that's pretty much it. Pretty excited for whoever gets this place. I think they're gonna love it. Put a lot of love and thought into it, and I hope that they enjoy it. Well, thanks for being patient. I know that it's been a really long hiatus since we last posted. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. And we'll hopefully be better about updating you on our next adventures. Bye, house. Thanks for being good to us.